Hey everybody, Jeff Liskay here for Anchored Outdoors team. I'm here to present the Masterclass Big Water. This class is going to be way cool. It's going to have a ton of information how to attack big water, inland lakes, big rivers, in my home waters of the Great Lakes. And the cool thing about this Masterclass is going to be that we're not going to really have to worry about the Great Lakes. A lot of this class, you're going to be able to dissect your home big waters. If it's an inland lake, it's a big river. So there'll be a lot of good nuggets for you to really dissect and take from this class. There's going to be a whole lot of information coming at you. So as we go through this, I'm sure you're going to find something that fits in your wheelhouse to really make you a more successful angler. I'd like to make a little background about myself. We're at my home port. This is the backdrop right here is Lake Erie, and I fish the Great Lakes just a ton. And most people know me as the steelhead junkie. Born and raised chasing the migratory trout here and around the Great Lakes, chasing steelhead out in the Pacific Northwest, British Columbia, Alaska, but two-handed rod, single-hand rod, but realistically, my passion is all types of fishing. And what I really like about the Great Lakes where I live is that I've been starting it for probably over 25 years now, and I still really haven't unlocked the secrets. It's just so much water and so many diverse fish we can chase that it's unbelievable. But the cool thing about it is that when things started out, we had the technology as far as the fishiness, but we really didn't have the technical gear to get the job done. It was like, you had to be careful, full sinking lines, and we didn't have much shooting lines, and the ones we did, it was more like medieval times, like, oh my gosh, how do you cast this without killing yourself? And what's going on now is that the technology gave us the platform to be way more successful, and actually as a guide, it allows us to put an average angler into the wheelhouse of really, capturing one of these fish that are in there. So the cool thing about this too is like you say, well, what am I going to chase, in this Great Lakes area? And every venue has, it's like your favorite fish, and I really don't have a favorite fish, but the cool thing is that you do have to be prepared, do your homework. We'll get into that a little later, but just within my wheelhouse on a daily basis, you've got the smallmouth bass, the largemouth bass. If you just want to catch a few panfish, you can. You can go for the, Lake Erie here. This is the walleye capital of the world. You could actually catch a limit of walleyes on a fly. You could do it also in the river systems, but this is probably one of the few lakes that you could actually say, hey, I'm gonna go target walleyes. We've got bowfin in the back country up on St. Clair and over on the eastern end of Lake Erie, pike, of course, muskie. Muskie's the premier area would be up on the Lake St. Clair, and gar. This is about the time of year, the gar's going. And then you could probably see blowing me around me now, we've got this cottonwood hatch. This thing's blowing around like snow. That's gonna bring in the catfish into the shoreline. The carp are gonna start biting. So it's sort of the marking of like the summer peak coming in here. And then one of my favorite fish is the freshwater drum, the sheephead. It's very plentiful. It's very large. They fight well. They eat chicken feathers, no problem. So it's pretty cool fish to chase. And then you have the white bass, white perch, the yellow perch we catch occasionally. You don't really chase them a lot. And then don't forget about, the harbors and in and around in the springtime, fall, and in the winter is you've got the migratory trout and the salmonoid species. So we have that when the cooler waters of the lakes cool down too. One of the differences, between salt and fresh, there's really not a whole lot. So big bodies of fresh water is basically like saltwater fishing. We have the fish moving, the boat moving, the water's moving, just like saltwater. We have sight fishing. We have fish that are posted up in predatory situations where you're casting the structured, just like you would in the mangroves and saltwater. So a lot of this intel I'm going to be giving you can be diverse with even some saltwater applications too. Hope you're going to enjoy this masterclass. There's going to be just a boatload of information, and looking forward to you to taking this to the next level.